NBA Street is back. Kinda. What's good with y'all? I'm KingCrownedTwice, and today we'll be starting a playthrough for a mod on Hoopland called Hoopland Street Ultimate. This mod got course from NBA Street Volume 1, 2, 3, and Home Court, paired with some players we know like Stretch, Osmosis, Biggie Little, and some other new additions as well. But before we get into it, let me explain how this is going to work. I have a max of 8 players on my team. My player, 4 other starters, and 3 guys off the bench. Every match I win, I get an attribute point and get a chance to add one of my opponents to my squad. We'll spin a wheel, and the better the player is compared to me, the lower chance they have to join the team. And if I lose, which isn't going to happen, I have to spin a wheel and a random one of my teammates get removed from my squad. There's a bit more to it, but without further ado, let's get into this legendary career and introduce you to the new King of the Streets. Standing at 6 foot 160, soaking wet straight from the streets, I bring you the all-around sharpshooter, Bubba Buckets. Got the fro, the shades, the sleeves, the compressions. He one of them hoopers who show up to the park in way too much gear, but the difference is he's actually going to be cold at some point. I used 5 attribute points to start with because I didn't want to look like draft day Josh Giddey on the court. So this is what we're going to be looking like until we win some games. And we'll be starting off on the East Coast with Cloverdale from NBA Street Home Court with a quick pickup game to get us warmed up. Alright, we're here. So first look at the team actually. So let's look at their stats to see who's good at what. All in all, everyone seems to, of course, be good at something different. We have some rebounding, some inside shots, some layups. So there's a good synergy here. We just have to make it work, right? At least for a game until we can get more players, which I don't think we should have any problems getting past our first opponent. But without further ado, let's get on to the tip-off. And we lose it, of course. Not surprised there at all. So we're pushing up court, kick it to Cam, which kicks to Keon. Couple bumps trying to get something inside. Shot is up. No good, but good foul to stop the fast break, you know. Setting the tone early. Alright, we're playing lockdown defense. Keon with a big block. Got us going the other way. Pushing the pace. Everybody touching a little piece of the ball. Prime Spurs ball movement. But Bubba gets open. Bubba takes the 3, and Bubba splashes it in. First points of the career for Bubba Buckets. Stay locked down. Stay locked down.
Run your play. Whoa!
Lord, he almost got baptized. Being simple, we just have to have more points than they do. Is Brian easy cookies on that one. Kicking it to Bubba. Bubba with the stop, pop, in the roll. Bucket boys up 5. This should be easy. We are all over it today, my goodness. Already coming back the other way. Why not let it fly? That's exactly why. Please don't shoot again. Please don't. They ain't never seen a team so stupidly locked in on defense. We are all over the place. Playing the 1 through 5, it don't matter. Another block. Who we got? Who won it? Who want this bucket? If you want it, go get it. Pump. Yeah, get ready to learn.
中国人
Buddy. As long as we keep this ball moving, bro, like, we can't lose. Look at this ball movement. We doing cuts, we doing everything, and we get the first bucket by someone other than Bubba. We making it look easy out here right now. I mean, I never had any doubt this was going to be the team to do it all, right? So we get another board, come down court, Brian slashing, and he gets it to go. Keep playing like this, I buy the whole team Hellcats. I think all we have to do is clamp up, right? Like right now, just prime quiet performance. Nowhere to go, no left, no right. Pitching a shutout until just now, but we had to give them some pity points to make it look close. So I'm not too mad about that. Up 11, another good block, and the self alley-oop. Like, they're getting fried so bad, they're starting to make up new moves, which is crazy. They're trying to mount a little comeback. We're not too worried though. They get one more to go in. Still got a 7-point lead. Not tripping. Moving his ball around. One more pass. That's all we need. Brian gets in the lane, spin, and he is in. His team's starting to understand it now. You gotta keep pouring it on. Get that bully ball going. Couple of bumps. Bricks the first, but for whatever reason that counted as a bucket. I'm not gonna question it. We're keeping it pushing. And that'll do it for this game. 19-12, pretty convincing victory. MVP goes to Brian as he is just cooking on the inside, but all around good team win. I think the player I'm going to go for is Mitchell. His splits are solid. He was doing his thing, and I have, what, a 50-50 shot at getting him? So let's go to the wheel and see if he will be joining the Bucket Boys. I feel like Mitchell is our missing piece, kind of KD to the Warriors-esque, you know, Braun when he made this decision. But without further ado, let's see if he's joining or rejecting the offer for the Bucket Boys, and it looks like we have ourselves a good one. Welcome, Mitchell. Of course, right now, we don't have to cut any players as we're at our cap of 8, but the next time we do add someone, we will have to replace someone who's already on the squad. And for the one attribute point we do have to spin, it was very clear from the massive amount of air balls we shot that layups was a necessity, so that's what we use the attribute point for. One win is cool, but let's try and double it with this next pickup game we got coming up. Another tip-off is up, and I don't think we're going to win a single one, but that's okay. Start on defense. All right, one pass in, and they're dunking now. That was something we didn't have to worry about before, but of course the opponents are better, so we have to be better. Let's lock in. Cool, lock down the interior. No more dunks, but that left a wide open 3, and he takes advantage. Interior and perimeter just have to be better all around if we want to do anything to win this match. We got to do something defensively, right? I can see this getting very out of hand as they take a 7-2 lead. Well, if we can't do anything on defense, let's see what we got working on offense, right? Keon backing down. Gets a bucket to go. Okay. It's really simple. All we need is a stop and a bucket. Keep that mindset. Here goes the stop. All right, now let's try and go get this bucket. Wide open lay. Yeah, we're not letting that one. Can we please get a singular stop? Right? Like right here, could we get a stop? It's just him. He has like 8 other points. He's absolutely frying every single person he gets matched up with. All right, we made some substitutions. I think this is the first time Wes is seeing the court and the big bump for the lay. We needed a spark plug. That's why he's out there. All right, can we get a bucket before the end of half? Of course not. Not surprised. We do the opposite of everything that went wrong in the first half. I think we have a really decent shot at winning this game, but easier said than done, so we'll see what happens in a second. All right, starting off inside, bump, lay, brick, tap up. Prime Dennis Rodman out there. Can we make something out of this possession? Please? There we go. I appreciate the effort play. So all we got to do, because we're only down 2 now, just get a stop, and that isn't going to happen if the defense is partying like the Red Sea every single time someone goes in the paint. We got to get a stop. Y'all know the motto. I don't have to repeat it. We just need a steal. First part done. One pass is all it takes. Find the cutting man. He gets inside, and it is now a tied ball game with 1:30 left to go. I really wish I had a burrito right now. Keon has been holding down the paint these last 2 games. Just, I don't think I've seen anything like it as Bubba Buckets ties this one up again. I mean, it's going to go down to the wire for sure. Shot clock down to 5. We cannot get a shot off. We're just going to have to chug this one up, and it is not going to go, which is unfortunate. But Mitchell, big steal with 16 left, and Keon with the layup to take the lead. That is why we signed him. That is why he is on the squad. All right, 14 seconds left to go in this game. We just have to hold on, right? We fought back. Kent has been cooking us in the double team. He misses the first. It doesn't matter because he gets the rebound and he puts it back up. So we have 6.1 to draw up the greatest player of all time. I have all the faith in this squad. I know exactly what I want to go to. In street ball, this is the only move that matters. Late game ISO, Bubba Buckets, 3, 2, step back, and it
ball game.
Not focus. That's a bad shot. Don't care what anyone says. That is a bad shot. I mean, I think we can hold our own at overtime, right? As we get the early steal, just slashing inside. Wilson jumping in. Wide open Mitchell. Gotta let that shot go. Doesn't go in. They get it back. They're coming down. They want to put this game away. Apparently they don't, as they pass it out of bounds. They're just gifting us this win. So it's our duty to seal the deal. As we're back on offense, Brian with a couple bumps, couldn't get anything going. A big bump, and what in God's name is that shot? So neither team wants to win for whatever reason, and I truly don't know why. Back on defense, no one scored yet, and we're not getting our first points here as Brian gets the board. Mitchell kicks it to Wilson. Wilson steps inside, and there we go. 2-point lead with 25 left in this game. Right, we don't want double OT because everybody out here is dead tired. Mitchell with the big block. One more bucket, this game is over. Bubba is wide open, and that should seal the deal. Mitchell making huge plays twice in this game to keep us in it. All right, down to 5, 4. Who is this guy? Mind you, this is a 2-star player, so imagine what actual 5-star players would be like. In the end, though, it doesn't seem to matter. We're just going to run away for dear life and come out this clock. Call it cheesy. I don't care. That's a win in my book. Shout out Mitchell. 4-4, 2-1, and 2-1 the game. He did absolutely everything we needed him to do and more so. Massive addition. Hope to get another after this. While Kenta and Chad fried us all game, I prefer to go after Chad as he seems to be a bit of a better shooter. So I'm going to go set up the wheel, and I think Chad is the one I'm going to go with I think a 25% chance of landing him. All right, let's spin and see if we can get Chad. Survey says 3, 2, 1. Looks like he will not be joining the team. That's all right. We didn't really need him anyways, right? And on top of that, we still have our attribute point because we did win. So let's go ahead and put that on now. Let's hop into this rivalry match so I can explain how this match is different from pickups. The way rivalry matches work is that I'll be playing the game breakers multiple times throughout this playthrough. The only difference is I can't get any of their players if I want. This is purely because we got beef and to see who's really the better team, and hopefully we can beat them so we can move on to the final match in this circuit. Alright, let's start off with these clamps early. We in those lanes, good steal. Wilson kicks it to Brian. Keon trying to find something inside. He doesn't like it. Wilson wide open. Why not let it fly? Starting the game off with a bang. We know our identity is defense, but they get inside with the bump and the dunk. Getting chippy out there early, but I like that out of you. Let's see how long you keep it up though. Just keep applying that pressure early. Keep that hand up. Don't let him inside. Let him take the step back. We know he knocked it down, but I don't really trust him to take that shot often. So once again, let him keep taking that shot. We're going to grab the boards and we just going to score next time. Try and play some bully ball early, but what Devo said, where I come from, bullies get bullied. No block, but we do get the board. Going the other way with it. Bubba, Hall of Fame slasher.
This is trash.
I low-key might have to bench my own player. Shot clock expiring. They trying to find an open look. They can't get anything. Game breaker wide open.
Hell no.
Of course he hits a break though. They get the rebound. Try again. Absolutely not. Good contest at the rim. Brian coming the other way. Slashing through. He finds another wide open Wilson. He takes the deep two like he's prime KG. In the event we keep spinning and we don't get any players, I feel decent about this team for a good while until we get harder opponents, but the heavy contested 2 goes in. Game breaker trying to show he's the better leader, but that ain't gonna happen as Mitchell big bumps, but even bigger bricks as it goes the other way. Some pick and roll action going to end the quarter. We deny the inside pass. They just have to chuck up a prayer and it is not answered. 11-7. So far we're doing good, but we know this is a game of 2 halves, so we have to lock in for the second half as well. Playing fantastic defense everywhere you are, we are. Heavy contest. Get the rebound. Keon going the other way. We got numbers. Wilson has the hot hand, but he passes it. Shares the wealth to a wide open Brian. Why not let it rim around and in? Hey, it's a little early to say this, but I real life think that might be the dagger. We'll see though. They grab the board, no big deal. As you see, this game's pretty much over. Bad pass. Let me hold that, young fella. Going the other way, had to show against a rival. Let me see some. Couple bumps. Layup is up and in. Double digits with barely any time left. This is way past over, but keep that defense going. Does he want to match on the other end? Big blocks. Wilson gets it, but they get the rebound. Try it again. And he's able to get it over this time. So when this game was over before it even started, right? Like the second Bubba laced him up, I already knew we had this in the bag as 28-15 win Bubba player of the game. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Whatever they did, we just did it better. So whenever we see them again, I hope they figure it all out. And like I said, we don't get a player this time around, so let's go ahead and just use a quick stat comparison between the two. Side-by-side comparison with the shot chart, Bubba was barely better, but barely better is still better at the end of the day. Neither of them could shoot a 3 to save their lives, but all in all, fun game. Hope these guys are better next time around, because they're definitely going to need to be if they want to win against us. To be the best, you got to take out the best, which in this on-the-spot battle we will have to do. So let's see who is the best that Cloverdale has to offer in this final matchup. Mr. Teach Me How to Dougie at the 1, John Wall. Of course, we have Kenta again, Eric. 03 Mello, Rookie Mello, who I think should have won Rookie of the Year, Mello, different story. And Marcin Gortat at the 5. So a couple of Wizards, some Baltimore guys. Solid lineup, but I think we have the ability to keep up with them and make this a pretty good game. And we are underway. Lose the tip off, nothing new. Starting on defense, kicks it into Eric with the big statement dunk. We're going to have to stop him if we want a chance to win this game, but we still got a lot more to go. To get the first points on the board, I ain't too worried about it, right? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Brian got baby Rookie Mello on him, getting into the paint, slashing the lane, and that is 2 points. Just keep this momentum going, and we should be straight. Let's try and do 2 for $1 after getting that defensive stop. Rookie Mello pokes it out. John Wall comes up with it. Spin, up and in. Trying to convince us that he's really like that, and he kind of is, so whatever. We got to be better on the offensive side of the ball. Can't focus on that now, as we got to get back on defense. We got the lane clogged, but it just made no difference. Right on 2, he's just like that. It's cool though. Let's go answer. Let's see if we got some. Wilson get a bump. Brian in the corner. Pump fake. Couple of bumps there, and he tries to get it over Eric, and it is in. We're matching. Just keep at it. I feel like I say this every game, but we just got to hold down the interior. At this point, not many can shoot, but all of them apparently can dunk. Swerve in that corner through the entirety of the defense. It's cool. Whatever. Like, come on, bro. All right, made some defensive adjustments. Made some switches, and in comes Steve Franchise for them. Steve Francis, big spin, open lane behind the back dunk. John Wall comes out. John Wall 1.0 comes in. So yeah, goes for the steal. You reach, I teach. Or at least that was the plan. Doesn't pan out that way at all. Couple of seconds left in the quarter. Let's just go ahead and take the easy layup. 2 left, full court shot, and this is like the only thing they haven't made so far. Only down 4 despite everything. I don't even know what to say about stopping the dunks. We don't have anyone who could block, so we just have to hang on for the second half. All right, let's start this with a bang. Let's spark some. Let's spark some. What are you doing? What are we doing? What just happened? You know, you would think after a couple of games the chemistry would be there, but apparently it just ain't.
Out, and here is the Johnson. Oh, boy. And it goes in. Oh, man down. Oh, boy.
All right, let's see something out of you, Cam. Couple of bumps, up and under with the volleyball spike, just that insult to injury. We get the rebound though. Brian slashing past Eric, and he gets it to go down by 6. We have a shot with 2 minutes left. We just got to lock in for a couple of possessions, as it doesn't seem to happen here, as Bubba's on his back again, and Marcin Gortat finishes the slam. Not a single play in my playbook to stop these guys. It might be good. If we could generate a crumb of offense, that would be fantastic. As it won't happen on this possession, we turn it over again. John Wall. May I have this dance, Bubba buckets? He's trying to break him down again. Brian won't let it happen. He's in the lane. Cameron comes up with the steal. He's slashing. Bubba pumps, dumps, and breaks. Cool. Down 6 with 40 to go. If we get a stop here, we might have life, but it's looking like that's not happening. So when we lose a player, I'm just praying that it is a bench warmer, not a starter. 40 seconds ago, down 6. Let's see what you guys drew up in the huddle. I gave you a breather. Do something with it. Something didn't mean a turnover, man. 2 seconds left. Do we have a 13-point play? What? No. Another turnover on the board. That's going to do it for this one. Once again, hope we don't lose a really good player as John Wall, player of the game. 4 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals. He did it on both sides of the ball, and he did it well. But without further ado, let's spin this wheel and see which one of my teammates is going to be getting kicked off the team. All right, got the wheel all set up. This is a sad moment for the Bucket Boys. I was confident I wouldn't lose any of you guys. but after the spin, it looks like I will be losing Nathan. Sorry it had to be you. You played 0 minutes, but you will be missed, right? Whenever we had someone hype up the bench, you were that guy. So losing our hype guy definitely lowers team morale, but we will get this next win in your honor. So let's go ahead and take him off the team and keep it pushing. All right, we are back for game 2. We're ready. We got blindsided last time. We got mollywopped a little bit, but that's the feel about game. We know their strengths, we know their weaknesses, and we're looking to exploit them to go on and make some shakes so we can finally own the spot. So let's go ahead and get started so we can show them who really runs Clover there. We know defense wins championships and defense also wins big games. Starting off with a mellow brick. Keon with the board. Coming down the other way, looking for anyone who's open. Wilson couple bumps on Eric, nothing going, finds Keon, slashes back inside, and he gets it to go for the first points of the game, off to a hot start. Now, I will not lie to you, I don't have a great plan to stop them. The only thing I can think of is scoring more points than they have, as we are on track to still do that, as Mitchell lays it up to make this 4-2 lead. Whatever lane you want to pass it in, we are in there. Good steal by Bubba. Wilson kicks it back to Bubba. Bubba swings it out to Brian. Back to Bubba. No excusing that shot. I just thought that's what I felt would go in, and they retaliate off of the step back. So 4 up. No worries yet. So yeah, swinging this ball around. Mitchell kicks it to Wilson. Wilson tries to go over Gordon. No good. Gets his own board though. Brian tries to corner 3. Doesn't go in. Keon keeping this drive alive. Double team on Wilson. Gives it to Keon. Double team goes to him for a wide open Wilson 3. 1 brick, 2 brick, red brick, blue brick. And shot misses. We cannot be serious out here. Pretty close game still. Not too concerned. Brian couple of bumps, tries on Mello. Mitchell had a shot at it, didn't like it. He tries his hand at a couple of bumps. Brian gets the ball back, gets a little bit more space, and he is able to get it in over Mello. They have to call a timeout. Tie game with 32 to go. We're doing a lot better than last time, so we're off to a great start. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Let's see what Steve Franchise has for us this time. An inside pass that is able to get the last shot to go before the buzzer, as this one does not go in. So it's 10-6. We've been in this situation. We just have to lock in the second half to go ahead and play in this game. Couple of bumps, getting a bit more physical this quarter, seeing if we can force anything inside. Keon to Mitchell, Mitchell to Keon, Keon to Mitchell again, and the shot clock expires. Shot does not go in. We cannot play patty cake with the ball if we want to win this game. Got to take smarter shots. Got to get better looks. Yeah, you'd think they'd know better than to try us inside. That's the one thing we do pretty well. We can get a steal, but if we can finish on the other end, which we do, that's where we're at our most elite. Let's try and string together a couple of possessions, holding it down, but Mello finds the back door to make it a 4-point lead. Immediately got a match, though. Grown man bump gets him out the way. Keon for 2. We're hanging on for dear life, but hanging on nonetheless. You know it's bad when you have to double John Wall at half court, but it worked this time. Bubba Buckets gets in the lane. Brian gets the lay. It's blocked again. That's fine. Just get back on defense. They have an open man, but Brian retaliates, or so we thought. The double tip goes for an alley-oop after all that. Like I said, they just make up moves so they can score, but Wilson gets it on the other end. Like I said, we are just having to pray for dear life as they do whatever they want. Ball up top, that is all we can do. Mitchell, massive block. This is where we turn the tides. This is the possession we make it all happen. We just can't get past Eric. Get the rebound again, and Keon with the equalizer. All tied up with 1:20 to go. But Mitchell to Wilson gets the bump. Just sends that ball from Baltimore to LA. Don't know what you want me to do in this game. He's just a whole different breed of center. All right, we just got to hold the line. Just up by 2, and John Wall with the pinpoint dime.
I ain't never ever seen you act like this before.
But we're all tied with 30 to go. Just getting rebounds, kicking it around, trying to see if we can get a good shot. We do have a mismatch, Wilson on Mello, and he takes advantage. We have a small lead, and as we know, small leads go quickly, so just try and hang on a little long. What is the shot they want to take? They want to take a Gortat, punishing. Nope. That was a ploy for Eric to get open, as he just gets right past Wilson. Not too worried. 15 seconds ago, who is the lineup we want out there? Who are the guys? Because we're all dead tired, but we need to have defense. And I think that's our best bet. So we're going to go ahead and run with this lineup. I know it might be crazy, but got to do what you got to do. We got to force a stop if need be. 15 seconds ago, what you got from Mr. Bubba Buckets? A kick out to Mitchell. Mitchell leaning, and he misses one of the easiest shots he's going to get this whole game. An inch away from the basket. He could not get it to roll. There are 10 seconds left in this game, and John Wall has it in a tie. We're a little clinched right now, but they missed the alley-oop for the game-winning dunk. So we have life with 5 on the clock. Gotta go the full length of the court. 4, 3, blows by the entire team, and the game-winning layup potentially. The Bucket Boys finally do it. Took 2 attempts, took a lot of heart, took a lot of grit, but Keon, you see, player of the game, perfect from the field, 2 rebounds, a steal. We managed to pull it out. This was a testament to how badly we wanted it, how hard we fought, and how quickly we grow as we now own Cloverdale Park. And not to toot my own horn, but Bubba kind of locked down John Wall. Granted, he only took 3 shots. I say that's clamps regardless, buddy. You know, we could go for Eric, one of the greatest centers of all time. We could go for John Wall or Steve Francis. They'd have to be moved to the 2 because Bubba owns the 1. But I think we're going to go for the heart and soul of the Baltimore Squeegees and try and take Carmelo. Now, it's not going to be easy as he is a 4-star, but it is a role we have to try nonetheless. So let's go to this wheel to see if he will be joining the Bucket Boys. All right, got the wheel all set up. I have a 1 in 7 chance of adding Melo to the squad. I hope the RNG gods are on my side, but without further ado, let's see if Melo will be joining or rejecting the Bucket Boys. The wheel is saying he is the absolute furthest thing away from joining the team. So while we do get out of there owning the spot, we do not get out of there with Carmelo Anthony, which is all right. There will be other opportunities to get him, John Wall, Eric, and others. But at this very moment, we will not have them. But we do leave with 2 attribute points, which we get every single time we win to own the spot battle. So let's go ahead and apply those and see where we go from there. All right, so with the first attribute point, I think we have to go dribble, right? Dribbling is super important. I don't think we got past anybody in that entire run through Cloverdale. So that's the #1 priority. And after that, this might be a surprise, but I think I'm going to go mid-range. Mid-range is something that we didn't take a lot of, but we definitely will have to take more of as we want to do some shot creation. So the midi is what we added finally to our bag. And as you can see, we now own the spot. Cloverdale is ours, and we have the option to go into the next court, which, who's to say? Where is it? You have to tune into the next episode to see where we go in this Hoopland Street Ultimate playthrough. Once again, I am KingCrownedTwice, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.